Liz gets jealous. Liz and Ryan are two tank engines who both work on the Harwick branch line with Daisy the diesel railcar. Since the day they first met, the two have grown fond of each other so much that they're inseparable. Lately though, Ryan always seemed to be eager whenever he had to take the afternoon goods from Harwick to Stafford. Liz couldn't understand why, until one day she was shunting in Tidmouth Yards when Oliver pulled in with some empty ballast trucks to take back up to Arlesburg.
Hello, Oliver. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good. It's always busy at Stafford. Other than that, Ryan had become good friends with Rebecca.
Who's Rebecca?
She's a bulleted like Pacific from the Southern Railway. She was brought in to help Gordon with the express and to help with the mixed traffic work. Everyone likes her. She's such a great energy on the railway.
Oh, I see. I guess that explains why Ryan is always eager to get to Stafford.
Liz had never met nor heard of Rebecca before, but from what Oliver had said, she sounded like a friendly engine. Although she was happy Ryan made a new friend, she didn't understand why her best friend always liked to speak with the bully Pacific nearly all the time. The next day, Liz was shunting in the yards near Stafford Station. Philip was too busy in the shunting yards to attend to his duties as the station pilot. As she was shunting some coaches to the platform ready for a commuter train, she noticed a big yellow tender engine by the coal chute refilling her tender with coal.
That must be Rebecca. Oh, that's Ryan!
Hello, Ryan. Right on time as always.
Thanks, Rebecca. How's it going?
Good as always.
As the two engines were in deep conversation, Liz had stopped short before they could see her. Realizing how busy their talk was, she returned to her work. Later, Liz returned back to the Harwick yard. She was looking forward for a rest and having a chance to talk with Ryan. But when Liz arrived at the sheds, she was surprised to see that Ryan wasn't there. Only Daisy was present.
Where's Ryan?
Sir Toppenhead has arranged for Ryan to work on the main line for a while. You're going to be covering Ryan's goosework for the next few days. Kirsty will be covering your shunting work and other jobs for the time being.
Liz was very disappointed. She had been looking forward to talking with Ryan about how his day went. With nothing else to do, she sadly went to sleep. The next day, Liz took charge of Ryan's jobs while Kirsty looked after Liz's work. The Blue Saddle tank engine did very well, but she couldn't stop thinking about Ryan as she went about her work. That afternoon, as she took the afternoon goods to Stafford Yard, she noticed Ryan and Rebecca at the station. Liz couldn't help but listen in.
She really did that?
Yes, she was incredibly lazy and dumped all her work on me. I was so tired the next morning, I collected the coaches and mail truck all at once, causing several delays that day.
You're a very funny engine, Ryan.
Oh, thanks.
Liz felt a bit hurt. Seeing how Ryan was having so much fun talking to Rebecca, it made her feel left out.
Is something wrong, Liz?
Oh, nothing's wrong, Andrew. Everything is okay.
Okay.
Hey, Liz! Liz?
But Liz pretended she didn't hear Ryan.
Oh, it's a check the engine you like a lot?
Yeah, that's her. She must be busy with her work. I'm sure you'll get to speak with her soon.
That would be lovely. I would love to talk to your girlfriend.
She's not really my girlfriend. She's just, someone I like to be around.
Later that day, Liz was taking a shipment of coal to Vickerstown as the yards were running low on it. She soon arrived, parked her train in one of the sidings, then went for a drink. But when she pulled up to the water tower, she found that Henry was there first.
Come on, Henry, hurry it up.
Just hold on a minute. I'm almost done.
Well, shake a wheel already. I'm needed back at Harwick.
All right, I'm done. Jeez, what's got you so steamed up?
It's nothing. Just leave it at that.
Henry decided not to ask Liz any further, so he went on his way. As Liz was having her drink, Diesel pulled in.
Oh, it's you. What are you doing here?
Just delivered some coal to Vickerstown, that's all. At least it gets me away from Rebecca.
Why? What did she do?
Because she's the one who struck Ryan with attention. Nowadays I see the two chatting more with each other instead of with me. It makes me so upset for feeling left out. I just... Ugh.
Well, you know, on my way here, I heard that Ryan was going to ask Sir Topham Hatt if we could assign him to the mainland permanently, so he could be close around Rebecca.
That evening, Rebecca returned to the big station with the commuter train. She pulled into platform 5 right on time, and the passengers were very pleased with her. As Philip was preparing to shunt Rebecca's coaches away, she heard Liz's whistle.
Oh, hello, Liz. It's finally nice to meet you. I've heard so much about...
I don't want to talk to you.
Huh?
I don't want to talk to you. You just stand around giving off your little charm to any engine you see, especially Ryan. I see you two talking to each other nearly every day. You stole him away from me.
Rebecca was surprised at Liz's sudden outburst, as was Philip, who had seen and heard everything.
Well, that was a bit rude.
Rebecca didn't know what to say after that. She felt upset for what Liz said as she moved off to the sheds. When Ryan arrived back at the sheds later on, Rebecca told him what Liz had said to her, which surprised the purple end too.
Never known Liz to act like this before. Though, she was a bit rude towards Kirsty when she first arrived on Sodor.
I just don't know what I did to offend her. She said that I'd give up my charm to any engine I see, and I stole you away from her.
Ryan stared at Rebecca, beginning to get the idea of why Liz had been rude towards her.
Did she now? I'll have a word with her tomorrow.
Rebecca smiled warmly at Ryan as the two engines drifted off to sleep. Meanwhile, at Harwick's sheds, Kirsty was talking to Liz severely. Before then, while Liz had been delivering coal to Vickerstown, Kirsty overheard what Liz said to Rebecca while she was collecting the mail train.
That was very rude of you to say that to her. Rebecca is a very friendly engine who knows how to put a smile on everyone's face.
Only because she uses that charm of hers on any engine she finds interesting. She stole Ryan away from me.
She didn't steal Ryan away from you. Jeez, it's like every time Ryan is hanging around with another girl, You always seem to get jealous. First Daisy and now Rebecca. Whoever next will you get jealous of Ryan being around?
Liz just grinded her teeth in frustration, but said nothing as she went crossly to sleep.
Just to point out, I didn't like Ryan that way.
The next day, Liz arrived at the yards of Knapford with the goods train from Harwick. As she pulled in, she saw Ryan by the water tower having a drink. Still filled with jealousy, Liz decided to give her own friend the cold shoulder for just today. As she parked her train in a siding in the shunting yard, Ryan suddenly pulled up beside her without her knowing.
Hey, Liz. Can I talk to you for a sec?
Not today, Ryan. I'm busy.
Well, you know at this moment. Would you care to explain why you were so rude to Rebecca yesterday?
Liz didn't say anything and just looked away.
Liz, I'm not going anywhere until you give me an explanation. I don't want you to be rude to my friend.
You mean your new best friend. I don't want to be friends with her if she's going to steal you away from me.
Liz, we're not.
Just leave me alone!
What was that all about?
Later that day, Liz was shunting in the harbour yards, away from any other engines. She didn't want anyone to see her the way she is. Just then, Nickolas arrived to pick up some vans to be taken to Vicarstown when he noticed Liz sitting in a siding by herself.
Hey, Liz? Are you okay?
Go away, Nick!
Do you need some help with something?
Yeah, you can push off for all I care.
Alright, fine. I'll be on my way then.
No, wait, Nickolas, I'm sorry, I'm just upset.
Is it about Ryan hanging around with Rebecca?
How'd you know about that?
A few of us heard about what happened, and heard about your outbursts.
Oh.
I honestly don't think anything is going on between them. They're just friends. All they really do is chat to each other. Nothing more, nothing less.
And how can you be so sure of that? You only get a few glances at them talking to each other. You don't know what they're talking about. I mean, who knows? Maybe they're talking about that joke that Serena and Ben started up with you and Rebecca.
Hey, I don't want to be reminded of that. The next engine that says that joke to me again, I won't hesitate to blow steam at them. Aside from that, you should try and talk to them. There's more to their friendship than you think.
What do you mean?
It's not really my place to say. If you want to know, then I suggest you talk to Ryan and Rebecca about it.
Nickolas began to move off, but he had to stop to let another engine pass with their train. Then...
Hey, Nicky. How's Rebecca? Oh, real nice.
Wow, he wasn't kidding.
Later, Ryan was resting in the sidings near the carriage sheds, feeling upset that Liz didn't want to talk to him. Rebecca soon arrived after completing her run with the express goods, and found Ryan beside the carriage sheds, looking hurt.
I take that talking with Liz didn't work out.
No. She didn't want anything to do with me. It's almost like she hates me.
Oh, Ryan, I'm so sorry.
What's the matter with you two? Why are you so down in the dumps?
Well, Liz said I stole Ryan away from her and doesn't want to talk to me. I'm starting to think she's not a nice engine after all.
No, she's a nice engine. She's... just got the wrong end of the stick.
What do you mean?
Well, just yesterday I was at Vickerstown. I overheard Diesel talking to Liz. He told her that Ryan was going to work on the main line permanently to be close around Rebecca, making her think that something is going on between you two.
What? This all makes sense of Liz's outburst.
That devious shunter! When I see him, I'll give him a piece of my mind!
Calm down, Ryan. This is not the time to dwell on that at the moment. Right now, we need to find Liz and explain everything.
You're right, Rebecca.
If it helps with saving the trouble of calling out a search party, Nickolas told me that he saw her at Narrator Harper earlier today. With any luck, there's a possibility she could still be there.
Thanks, Henry. We owe you one.
The two engines hurried over to the harbour yards. It didn't take them that long to find her, for they found Liz in the dockyard shed all alone. As the two engines approached her, Liz looked away.
Liz? Liz, just please hear us out.
There's nothing that you can say to make me listen. You obviously like her more than...
Liz, there's nothing going on between us. Ryan and I are just friends after all.
What? Then why are you two so close with one another?
Because a while back, Rebecca was having a boiler ache and was at the steamworks having repairs done. But the works couldn't repair her and found that she needed to have a new boiler fitted.
The problem was that Sir Tobenhat didn't have the money to afford a new one for me. That's when Ryan suggested the idea to help raise money for my new boiler. I've been grateful for Ryan's help ever since.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. By then I'd forgotten. I should have remembered to tell you, then none of this would have happened.
Liz stared in amazement, now starting to get the full picture. She then began to feel very guilty for being so rude to Rebecca, and believing Diesel's lie.
Oh dear, Rebecca, I'm so sorry for being rude to you.
Oh, it's okay, Liz. I forgive you.
No, it's not okay. I hurt both you and Ryan for not understanding the truth.
But there's still one thing I don't get. Why do you always seem jealous whenever I hang out with another girl? I know we're very close, but you can't have me all to yourself. What's wrong? Liz? Are you?
Ryan, there's something I need to tell you too. Something that I've been keeping to myself for a long time. I feel like I should tell the truth.
What truth?
The truth is that back at my old home of the Great Western Railway, I didn't have any friends. For you see, it was long after Percy had left for Sodor. I was always stuck in the yards of Oxford, never being able to pull trains or to explore the rest of the railway. It was mainly because one of the other engines, Merle, asked my old manager, Mr. Stevens, to keep me in the yards, for Merle thought that I would be safe by staying in one place. And because of that, I barely had any friends to talk to. Sure, some other engines usually spent a night at the sheds, but whenever I tried to talk to any of them, Merle would always prevent me from doing so. She thought that they would tell me things I wouldn't want to hear. Back then on the GWR, I was very lonely. When I escaped to Sodor, I thought this could be the chance for a fresh start. When I first met you and started working with you, Ryan, I found a part of me that I never thought I had. A best friend. And someone who I deeply like a lot. I couldn't bear the thought of losing you. But I can understand if you hate me for how I acted.
Ryan looked at Liz in complete disbelief. From all the time he had known Liz, this was something that he never knew about her.
I'll never hate you. Oh, will I ever leave you, Liz? I love you too much to be angry with you.
Liz couldn't help but cry tears of joy from Ryan's words, as well as Rebecca, as she thought that the whole thing was beautiful.
So, does this mean we're still friends, Liz?
Yes. Yes, it does, Rebecca.
Yay!
Just then, the three engines heard a familiar diesel horn as Devious Diesel arrived in after shunting some empty trucks. Ryan glared at Diesel, who noticed the three engines nearby.
Uh-oh.
Diesel!
Yep, I think I should run. Yikes!
Just wait until I get my bubbles on you!
Oh, come on, Ryan. I was just...
He's so cool.
Now Liz, Ryan and Rebecca are great friends. Ever since that afternoon, Liz had learned to control her jealousy of Ryan being around another girl, as she knows that he will never turn his back on her. Nowadays, Liz and Ryan take it in turns to take the afternoon goods to Stafford, giving them both the chance to chat with Rebecca every now and then. Rebecca is happy to have made another new friend of the Harwick branch line, as well as Liz, who is happy to call Rebecca a friend.